If you don't know already, there has been some drama on the 2B2T Uncensored Reddit, which I happen to be the moderator of. So basically what has happened is a player by the name of SoiledCold, who was a moderator of the subreddit, has been doing some shady stuff on 2B2T, and the owner of the subreddit, ZLB8, got sick of it, so he removed his moderator status. Anyway, essentially, the shady stuff that Solid has been doing was firstly about yours truly, me, Mr. CK10. So I've recently gotten moderator status, around the time when I started this channel. When this happened, I didn't see any problem with it, but I didn't realize that SoiledCold and MCSapling, two moderators of the Reddit at the time, didn't want to have me as moderator. They did not want to have me as moderator. It was because they were worried that I could raid the subreddit, as Solid says. I'm not sure how you could raid a Reddit. I mean, I could make some changes to the Reddit settings. So they were really worried about me changing the subreddit's settings, and they called it a raid. And get this, because of the big threat that I was to the subreddit, they were conspiring to overthrow ZLB8 as the owner of the subreddit. By the way, these chats that Solid and Sapling had was made in a private chat with all the moderators besides me and the owner, ZLB8. One of the moderators luckily reported this to the owner and made it public knowledge. Solid and MCSapling tried to stop the leaks from going public because they say it would destroy the subreddit. How is telling the truth destroying the subreddit? Unless these screenshots are edited, then it isn't destroying the subreddit at all. In fact, it's creating more clarity between the moderators and the people of the subreddit. Imagine if ZLB8 kept them in secret and one of the moderators leaked it. That would destroy the subreddit's reputation much worse than this has ever could, because it would show that the moderators of 2B2T Uncensored will hide things from the community, just as Housemaster did. Now, a person on the subreddit known as Already Light called them out on this, and he said, "You're basically acting like House, but with power. Apparently at least one of the other mods doesn't believe you either, Lel. When you learn that your actions have consequences, autistic shriek." End quote. This dude called them out for what they were doing, which is true. They are acting like the person they so desperately wanted to escape from, Housemaster, aka the 2B2T administrative team. I don't dislike Solid, but I think he has done some good things on 2B2T, such as Team No Trees, which brought a lot of the community together to destroy trees. But this isn't that great. MCSapling I used to be friends with. He made a server called 2b2t.ca where I used to play on. But sadly he's a Sato fanboy and a drama fag, which makes him hard to rationalize with or talk to. If Solid has made a group with ZLB8, knowing then he should be removed as moderator, it's an uncensored subreddit, which means that nothing is hidden, opposite to r/2b2t. And I would say, so should MCSapling should be removed as moderator, which I think he already has been. Oh, and just to show some of the people who are supporting these hidden group chats, we have the boss 2416 in this screenshot where he said, "Solid did nothing wrong, he just wanted structure. You are immature children for leaking these messages." And the lie about what he wanted, ZLBT would still have ownership. Solid just wants the moderator team to have more say in the decisions made for the sub. End quote. The mod team doesn't just consist of MCSapling and Solid, not to mention, but the boss 2416 was the guy who started this whole Peter LARP rumor, so I wouldn't trust this guy at all. He also said that Solid did nothing wrong, since he genuinely sees me as the devil and thinks I'm going to destroy 2B2T somehow. Here we have XXX_crystals_XXX69, who said, "By the way, I agree with SoiledCold. Mr. CK will nuke the subreddit. He literally made a fucking video about why r/2b2t uncensored is cringe and filled with NPCs." End quote. I never said about this subreddit. I said it about the r/2b2t subreddit, which is filled with NPCs, and I'm going to stick with that. The r/2b2t Reddit is basically filled with NPCs. Not everyone on that Reddit is an NPC, of course, but a lot of them are. Now, he also states that I will nuke the subreddit. He's using a lot of certainty for someone who is not particularly known on 2B2T. His username is also, I'd like to mention, XXX_crystals_XXX69. This guy is obviously a fan of Sato. He's been brainwashed. And maybe it has some truth to what he's saying. Some people who have been brought over from r/2b2t have sadly brought their NPC culture to r/2b2t uncensored. To be fair, I think that if Solid and MCSaplings and any other moderators who feel the same way was just straight up with the owner ZLB8 and me, I don't think that this whole drama would have started. And if they haven't been able to tell already, I haven't changed any of the subreddit settings, and the only post I have removed from the subreddit was the NSFW posts that were not marked as NSFW, which you had allowed, which is obviously against the the global Reddit rules. You have to mark it as NSFW, but I removed it. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm also quite active on the subreddit. I'm a decent moderator when you're all sleeping in America. I approve all the posts that get posts, and so don't try and say that Mr. CK is bad because Mr. CK10 has power to destroy the subreddit. It's just not going to work. Just be straight up with the community instead of trying to hide it all the time. Also, just a message to Solid. Why are you getting people to spam the subreddit with the same copy paste that you made? I don't see the point in spamming to get your point across. You did this with the pedo LARP video when you spammed #TeamNoTrees in the comments. Before we end, I want to give a quote from a fellow moderator of 2B2T Uncensored, named Fenetech, or whatever his name is. He says, "The only way to save this sub is for the moderators to be a team. All of them. Including you/LZLB8, the owner guy. Everyone must have an equal say in what happens here. No one person having unilateral say over what happens. We must all be watching each other, judging each other's actions, making sure each of us act in the best interest of the sub, not ourselves. We must act in communities of interest, not our own, and not in groups. A cover-up is, in my opinion, the worst thing that could happen to the subreddit. All information must flow freely, even information that makes us look like fools. If we fail to protect free speech, we will be no better than Housemaster and r/2b2t. And for this reason, this information must come to light today." End quote. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe and like. Right now. Do it now. Don't think about it. Don't think. Just subscribe. Anyway, see you in my next video.